this, but remember at the start of the season, Carl Nassib came out as the first openly gay NFL player. Not when I say open, not that there have been others who've come out after their playing days,
well, active player.
But active, yes, active. And, remember they gave that whole song and dance about, oh, hey, we support him, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Open. Like, can you imagine him the next day after reading all that stuff?
Right.
Him calling somebody a faggot.
It didn't age
they
well.
let queers and he did actually. He actually took a personal day afterwards, because I read that, because he was like he had to reconcile all his thoughts and feelings.
They get personal days in the NFL?
I guess they do.
I guess so, right? Yeah. They should have a mental health day. They should.
Yeah, I guess
all the damn what's the shit, the head trauma and shit.
For
they should.
Sure. Yeah. All right, DeMaurice, I see you.
Ain't a whole lot of
you
head.
can't do nothing about these contracts, making them guaranteed, but you can get a personal day. Okay.
Hey,
now that's a whole nother.
They ain't gonna never change. They don't want the inmates to run the asylum.
Yeah, well,
quote.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I just think that it's for somebody who quote unquote tried to espouse or say that he was inclusive of everyone, for you to then find this out. It's like getting kicked in the nuts.
Right.
No pun intended. But
so then here are the other fallouts from this, right? And so, right, you have Adam Schefter, right? Adam Schefter he's what I call him. He's breaking news, right?
Yeah.
So he's, according to my sources, that's what I call Adam Schefter. According to my sources, this is getting ready to happen. He's all things football, basketball. And most of the time, he's pretty spot on about what's getting ready to happen. I think he's a pretty credible journalist in that way. But it comes out that he's emailing his story.
All right. But yes.
That he's writing word for word, sending it over, saying, hey, Mr. Editor, take a look at this and let me know what you think about this, right? So I'm no journalist, right? I be clear about that. So I go to where the experts are. Not a journalist. I'm a lot of great things. I'm not a journalist. So I'm like, well, what are the experts saying about this? So I go to the Twitter. And I find Jamil Hill, and her immediate tweet was, yeah, this ain't the shit that's popping right here. This don't happen. You never send your source a story to edit, to review, or anything. You may go back and say, hey,
did you say something right?
Did I get this correct? Was this right? Did I miss something? But under no circumstances does someone get to edit, review, and have that type of authority over your story.
Right. Right.
He was just trying to ensure 100% accuracy.
Right. Right. You know what? And, I was about to say I hate making this racial, but it is what it is. They will always make an excuse for their kind, just to be honest about it. But a black man do that same thing. Oh my God, he's crucified. He's not going to get a job again. He's not going to get the benefit of the doubt. He can't get I was just ensuring accuracy. No, he's not going to get that.
Oh, I don't disagree.
You know what I'm saying? It's also with me and Joe was talking the other day. Our parents told us all the time, to be good, you got to be twice as good as the worst white guy. As a black person, you got to do that. And it's just crazy because we used to talk about Caldwell like, damn, yeah, he knew he had to be twice as good to stay here. I wish he would have, but he knew the consequences. You gotta be better than, and he was 10 times better than Patricia, but.
Don't take much.
Yeah, but I mean, I think when you think about it, just from the Schefter, this isn't the first time Schefter has done some shady shit.
That's true. That's true.
He's the person, and when he trying to sell time with him on Twitter and all this kind of foolishness, this isn't the first time. So what's interesting to me about that?
There's something wrong with selling time.
That's prostitution. Tell you, Dan, that's prostitution. We're selling time. It's prostitution.
Yeah, here we
Refer
go.
to the old episodes for that.
Give me 1 second. I got to take this ad down.
But it's interesting to me that nothing happened, right?
Right.
ESPN has been silent about this. He was with ESPN when this happened.
Yep.
ESPN's been silent about all the things that he's done. Yet you see them time after time censoring and silencing to the point where you have credible journalists leaving their organization because they speak, in my opinion, facts, right? I think, Jamil Hill saying Trump's a racist, I think it's right. It's a fact that we can prove. And then, she obviously quit, but you don't see anything happening. You don't see anything happening to someone who she had an opinion on her personal Twitter account.
Right.
And I don't know if you get to have a personal Twitter when you're a public figure.
Now you're
right?
You're not. Right.
So that may not be fair.
Yeah, you don't.
That may not be fair. But he committed journalism malpractice. For sure. 100%. And he's still today talking about what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Like, there's no consequence to that.
What's going to happen to Deshaun Watson? He's still having that.
He's still here. Like, okay, according to my sources, like, and the train moves on.
Can we get some bread for journalism malpractice?
I don't know who we would sue. The National Journalism Association?
I'm just asking. See if we can get some bread.
That's a hell of a guy. Journalism malpractice. He need to trademark that.
Just think about the standards of what that looks like. Like,
oh no, it's
bad.
He certainly. I think. Well, a couple things happened. What Jon Gruden said was so bad that what Adam Schefter did pales in comparison.
Yeah,
just the same as our buddy down in Jacksonville. Urban Meyer was like, hell yeah. Jon
hey, Urban Meyer probably said, my nigga Gruden.
He said, hell yeah.
Yes.
You think he wanted the heat off of him? Because that was some this whole idea of, I just went for a bite and I didn't know these people and they asked me to come over and dance, and then all of a sudden it's like a whole R. Kelly bumping and grinding happens with somebody you don't know. Come on, man.
I went to just get a patty melt before. And next thing you know, I didn't know. Oh, girl. And, just like that, I had my hand on her ass and she was grinding on my crotch. And I was like, I don't even know you. She was like, but your patty melt look good. And I was like, it is. It is good.
Oh, no.
So, I can't fault him for that part. But, the part that I can fault him for is no head coach. I don't care if you're in your hometown or what.
He was in Ohio.
Right, that's his hometown.
For sure. There's under no circumstances you can do that and where you're beloved like that.
Well, on
the flip side, that's where you do it at because they love you so much.
No, but I'm saying
that didn't age well either.
No. Well, I'm saying though, no NFL head coach stays behind when his team leaves to hang out, kick it, see family.
That's true.
He said he wanted to visit his grandkids.
Still, that doesn't happen either. You do not. You get on the team plane if you want to visit your grandkids. You fly them to Jacksonville, or you get back on the plane and come back.
What you saying?
I'm saying that's white privilege.
Oh yeah, hands down. You already know that.
Even though the team is owned by one of the, if not the only, I think is he the only minority?
I think he is the only minority. Yeah,
he is.
Shad Khan. He's
the only minority majority owner.
Right.
Because Serena Williams got some like a small percentage of the Dolphins. Usher with the Cavaliers. Somebody got a small percentage of Cleveland.
We talking about football.
I know. I think they should try. You know what?
Sorry.
I was thinking the Cleveland Browns, but I'm like, no, that's not Usher. That's the Cavaliers. I'm sorry. I gotta let her know my inner workings in my head. Because if you're not exactly correct with Dandridge, she's shooting your ass down. Okay, flat out. Just let you know. You better say pi is 3.14, and if you say 3.13, she whipping your ass.
Isn't it 3.14? Like, is it repeating, right?
Yeah, no, it's not repeating.
It's not repeating.
No, it's really actually 3.1427, and it goes on and on. It goes forever.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not repeating though.
But you got it. I said correct. But I think the other part, right, this continuation to see just the institutional racism that happens, and it's not just at the NFL. You're going to see it everywhere, right? Because then you have the fallout of their general counsel, right?
Yeah,
so then
I meant to bring that up.
So then that's okay. I got you. That's what I'm here for. I'm like Allstate.
Always picking me up.
I'm like you're
in good hands.
Good hands. Yeah, I'm really like Walgreens, a corner happy and healthy.
When you say corner, are you referring to prostitution?
Yes.
Because on the corner, prostitution happens because the corner is always open, just like Walgreens.
So as I understand, prostitution has been digitized now. And there's like apps and stuff. Oh, I was just out of town. And there were people that unfortunately were without homes. And they had their signs out and they were like, Venmo me and cash at me on their cardboard signs.
Oh, dumb.
I said, oh,
dumb. I got this so dumb. If I see a motherfucker homeless nigga with a bank account, dog, we about to have some issues.
You can be homeless and have a bank account. Why can't you be homeless and have a bank account?
No, fuck that.
You just might not have no money in it. That don't mean you ain't got. That don't mean you ain't got one, Freeze. You about to fell on hard times. You still got your bank account
but
though.
I had to think about it. I was like, in order for you to have, you need a bank account.
That's what I'm saying.
You need a phone, access to the internet.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of structural support you need. But they ain't had no jars, they ain't had nothing. They was just like, can you Venmo?
Yeah.
You Venmo it to me. And if you do the PayPal, make sure it's friend to friend so they don't charge me a fee.
I mean,
Wow. Well, hold on. I'm going to say this, though. You know how they have a phone, though? You know, they got those free phones out here for the government regulate. So I'm over thinking about how they actually did it. Like, you get the free phone from the government. So that's how you can access his account.
Does that come with?
But how did he get an ID, though? How do you get an ID? What address he using to get an ID, dog?
Hold up.
Come on, man. And how they gonna mail him shit when he renew it?
Now you got a point. That's the first valid point you made. Because you can have you can be homeless and have an ID. You can also be homeless and have a bank account.
Right.
But homeless and address don't go together.
Hell no. Oh shit!
I just thought it was just amazing to be like, oh, this shit is like listen, they on something. They don't have time to be scrubbing around with your little funky little dollars. But anyway, back to this, right? So you have this general counsel who for sure has formal power and formal leadership making fun of, in writing, the Rooney Rule, right? And so we all know maybe we all don't know what the Rooney Rule is, but it's very much a rule about making sure that you have a representation of diverse coaches when you're interviewing. And he's like making fun at that, poking at it like, are we going to do a Lincoln Rule next? Like, what's happening? And in my mind, right, because I'm an extremist, I'm like, what are you trying to say? Like, this is allegedly Lincoln freed the slaves, but whatever. We're not going to get into that. So what is he trying to say? Like, what's the trope that he's going for here? But again, the NFL comes out. He's a well-respected member of our community. We were great to have him. He could be anywhere, but he chooses to be here with us kind of thing. And again, my question becomes, what are his decisions? What are his hiring decisions? What are his firing decisions? What are his promotion decisions? How does he decide, what's the role? What types of decisions does he have jurisdiction over? And what is the impact of those jurisdictions when you look at them? That's what I'm concerned about.
His special team players, all of them had to be white guys. He probably was like, Jamal or Jerry? Jerry. Jamal was a 4.4. Oh yeah, Jerry was a 4.7. Jerry. Jamal got 4 kids to take care of. Jerry's not married and don't have any children. Oh, Jerry.
I mean, that to me, that was in some regards, that is more damaging to the NFL than Jon Gruden's statements because it shows.
Wow.
I mean, it shows collusion too.
For sure.
Because he also made a comment or a statement regarding like a fine, and he was like, "Hey, don't worry about that fine. I'm sure you'll see it go away." Like,
right.
like, it's no biggie. And I forget exactly what the fine.
Yeah.
It was for they allegedly they had doctored an injury